1-1, bottom of the ninth. Shot the other way. Olsen snaps his slump. Beautiful piece of hitting. Here's the throw. He's in safely. Everybody up in Atlanta. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Once again, we join you from Atlanta, where the Braves try to sweep away the Marlins and wrap up a 5-1 homestand. A walk-off win last night pulls the Braves to within 2 games of the New York Mets, who lost yesterday. And Austin Riley and company starting to heat up with a long Western trip forthcoming beginning tomorrow. Hi again, everybody. Chip and Jeff, great to be back with you here at the ballpark. Not a lot of offense for the Braves last night, but Austin Riley, the Atlanta MVP candidate, Jeff, right now is certainly playing like that. He's got the home run shoes on, and hopefully they'll be on again today.
Yeah, as long as he's in the lineup, you feel like you're going to win a ball game. 4 straight games with a home run. All he's done is lead all of baseball, Chip, with 73 extra base hits. Yes, all of baseball, even more than Aaron Judge. And you see what he's done the last 10 games. Like you said, right now, to me, him and Paul Goldschmidt, 1-2 in the MVP combo, whichever one you go with. He is putting the team on, carrying his back right now. Maybe one of the best 2 third basemen in baseball, and he has been red hot. And then you look at it from a pitching standpoint, Max Fried going today for the sweep. What Max has to do, to me, you see that second most quality starts. His command was a little off last time. We saw him struggling with his mechanics. The good news is an angry Max usually is a pretty good Max. It's a good combo between him and Austin Riley to get this sweep, maybe get within 1 game of the Mets.
And a struggling Marlins offense awaits Game 3 starter Max Fried here before a packed house in Atlanta. Let's wrap up the homestand in good fashion. A sweep is in the offing. It's the Braves and the Marlins. Paul Berg will join us as we get you set here on Bally Sports. Welcome back to Truist Park. Big crowd on hand for the Braves and Marlins. There is rain in the forecast. Hopefully we can get at least 5 in with Max Fried on the mound working quickly in this Atlanta offense. You get a lead early. That could be extremely important as we wrap up what we hope will be a 5-1 homestand against the struggling Marlins, who've lost their last 6 games in a row. Once again for Don Mattingly, he shuffles his Toyota starting lineup. Garrett Cooper is back after a late scratch yesterday. Charles LeBlanc has had an impressive start, hitting .300 this season for Miami. But a lot of youngsters, they are building toward next season. And hopefully, Jeff, Max Fried can take advantage of that as he guns for win number 13.
Yeah, only Aaron Nola is walking fewer batters in the NL than Max Fried this season. He's tied with Sandy Alcantara for second most quality starts with 19. Max, a little struggle with his control last time, even though 1 walk. He fought the mechanics a little bit. Look for him to bounce back today and have a good one.
So hopefully Max Fried will have a indescribably good day, that presented by Zaxby's. And so as Max goes to work here as the Braves seek their 84th win, what are the Ford keys today?
Well, coming in that last start, he had 6 straight starts of 6+ innings, one of them an 8, couple 7. Put that in the rearview mirror and just keep going. Today, it's a good matchup for him. And then get some early runs off Pablo Lopez. Chip, this is a Marlins team that's scuffling right now. If you can get a couple early, man, you can really bury him here in the first 2 or 3 innings and get a sweep.
Well, offense has been the huge problem for this Miami club this year. They have scored 100 runs in their last 44 games. Every other major league team in that stretch, Jeff, has scored at least 140 runs. And that was job number 1 this offseason. They thought their offense was going to be much improved. It isn't.
Think about it. You get the pitching they did yesterday, and you just can't win a ball game. I mean, that is frustrating. And then you turn around and you got Max Fried on the hill going against you today.
So there is no mercy on a major league schedule. And Max Fried versus Charles LeBlanc to lead off for Miami. LeBlanc hitting .300 on the year, and a quick strike, says Junior Valentine, who has the plate. 80 degrees here in Atlanta. Gray skies overhead as Max working quickly.
Light gray, though.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that way.
Light gray is always good, like our shirts.
Yeah. Good call.
Both the Braves and Marlins leaving town after today's play, as Fried ready with a 1-1 count. And a chopper hit toward Riley. And Austin makes the play. Ground ball out. One man down.
Let me tell you, great concentration here by Austin Riley, Chip. That ball hit the edge of the dirt and grass right here and kind of took a funky hop on Austin. Watch this right here. That kind of goes a little to see how he has to reach out a little farther. But no problem for the sure-handed third baseman.
Brian Anderson is the hitter, batting second today. Anderson, 6 homers, 19 ribbies. He's been on the IL twice for Miami this year. Once with the back, once with a shoulder. Marlins, as I said, have lost 6 consecutive games. They're 5 games under 500 within the division. And they head next to Philadelphia for a set with the Phillies. 2 balls, no strikes. Do have a new umpire in this crew. Sandy Rosenberg is the umpire at third base today. Mark Rippinger was injured last night, had to leave the game. Hope he's doing okay today.
Yeah, man, you said it last night. He was bellied over for about 20 seconds. Took that one to the top of the head.
So it's Valentine behind the plate, Dan Bellino at first, Corey Blazer, the umpire, at second for Game 3. And Fried ready with his 2-1 offering.
You see Brian Anderson asking about that. That was a darn good pitch. And had plenty of the plate.
Anderson 1 for 8 so far in the series. And Max just missed that same spot. And he has his first 3-2 count. Max has impeccable control, just 27 walks in 158 innings this year. Don't want to walk Brian Anderson. And he didn't. A swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Fried. 2 out.
Tell you what, Max is relentless in that lower quadrant right there. He gets the call on the one before, then he just took that same pitch that he just struck out on, but again, he comes right back in as a hitter. It's tough to lay off it twice. You can see that's his percentage of pitches, and that every year seems to get closer together where he's starting to throw all 5 pitches.
Garrett Cooper made the All-Star team and has stopped hitting since. Hard to remember the last time a big league hitter went through an 8 for 91 slide.
That's tough. We always talked about when he'd play the Braves, he'd wake up. Well, that wasn't the case down in Florida. Still struggled against Atlanta.
Seven homers, 42 driven in for Cooper. Marlins do not have a double-digit home run man in today's lineup.
Well, you were talking earlier today, Jazz Chisholm still leads in a lot of the categories. And he's missed 70 games now?
Yeah, he's been out since late June and still leads the Marlins in homers and RBIs. As Cooper ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Put in perspective, the Marlins no 10 or more homer hitters in their lineup. Today the Braves have 7.
And that's just from an offensive firepower standpoint. That's a lot.
So another deep count for Max, 3-1, and Cooper takes strike two. Fried's got a good fastball today. It's 94-95.
Well, that's where you like to see him live. When he gets to 97, 98, sometimes he worries a little too pumped up.
Fly ball right center. Michael says no problem, and it's a 1-2-3 first for Max Fried. Now the Braves come up looking for their 5th consecutive win. As we said, the Braves just 2 games behind the Mets now in the National League East. Ronald leads off the Toyota starting lineup. As we said, 7 men with 10 or more homers for the Braves, including Acuna, who has 11, and Pablo Lopez, the man in the center of the diamond for the Marlins. 8 wins this year. But boy, Jeff, historically, he has struggled in this ballpark.
He has. He's been better his last 2 starts. We talked about he was as good as there was in the month of April. Last time out, the Braves got him for 2 runs in 5 2/3. It's good fastball. He's, it's one of those things that when he's in the zone and he gets ahead, he's tough. If he gets behind, those hitters can really get after him.
His first of the day finds the mark, and Ronald is behind 0-1. Acuna, a couple of hits in this series. Starts play today at 271 and is serving as the Braves' designated hitter. As I mentioned a couple of times already, big Western road trip starts for the Braves after this game. Day off tomorrow, another day off in Seattle. I think that's going to really help Ronald. He's been DHing here for the last week or so.
Say one thing too, I think it'd be nice for these players to get a little bit cooler weather, give them a chance. I mean, it has been hot here in Atlanta.
Yeah, so Oakland, Seattle, and San Francisco. Western trip could be coming at just the right time for the Braves, who are in a stretch of 11 of 14 against sub-500 clubs. So far in the homestand, the Braves have taken advantage of it. And a line drive off the netting foul. 1-2 for Ronald. Keep an eye on the Mets and the Nationals. Washington has a first inning run. They lead in New York 1-0. Could be a very productive day. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's the same thing the Braves are going with here. Those are teams you have to take care of in a pennant race if you want to stay ahead. Look, the Mets have an easy schedule, but with that being said, you still got to win those ball games. Last night they weren't able to, and the Braves made up a game.
Good battle here with Ronald. And as the calendar continues to be sliced away day by day, that final 3-game series against the Mets here in Atlanta is looking more and more critically important.
Yes.
Pitch number 7 for Ronald to start the game. And Lopez gets his man for out number 1. Lopez is averaging just shy of a strikeout per inning pitched. And he was a very talked about name at the trading deadline. Many thought he was on his way to the Yankees. Instead, the Marlins have kept him. And he faces Dansby Swanson now, who's 1 for 8 in the series.
Look, for the first 4 starts this year, he was 3-0 with a .39 through the month of April.
Last start for Pablo, 6 innings of 2-run ball against the Dodgers. That was a no decision. Times have been tough for him over the last 8 games. He's pitched to a 5.5 ERA, and as I touched on, as well as he's pitched from time to time against the Braves, this has not been a happy mound for him. Pablo Lopez has a 9.86 ERA at Truist Park in his career. There's a shot into right, but right at Anderson. And Dansby is the second out.
Boy, I was surprised how shallow Anderson was playing out there in right field. It's one of those as a hitter, you know you square it up and you know it's going to have that little fade to it. And for Anderson, a good athlete out there, makes the play.
The end of the last road trip, Riley was in a bit of an offensive rut. As you mentioned, Jeff, he's got the home run ball working on this homestand now.
35 long balls and 88 ribbies now for Austin.
And riding a red hot 7-game hitting streak. He hits here with the bases empty and 2 outs. Our game is all about numbers, as we know. But when we talk about what guys are doing in 6-game, 7-game spurts, that's just a tiny sample size. But it is noteworthy that on this homestand, the Braves have won the games, but haven't been scoring a lot of home runs, with the exception of plays like this.
Oh, and that ball last night was absolutely torched. Breaking ball that backed up on the inner half of the plate. That was a no-doubter.
And the first and only run for the Braves until the bottom of the 9th inning. Last 10 games, Austin Riley a 1.249 OPS. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3 up, 3 down for Pablo Lopez with a couple of strikeouts. And we're underway in Atlanta. Is presented by Truist. Another big crowd in Atlanta for Game 3 between the Marlins and Braves. Paul Bird downstairs by the Braves dugout. Jeff Francoeur and yours truly upstairs here in Atlanta. As Max Fried goes to work in the 2nd inning. A 1-2-3 first. He'll face Nick Fortes, Gerard Encarnacion, and Joey Wendell for the Marlins in the 2nd. Fortes has a couple of hits in the series. And is the Miami designated hitter today. 7 homers, 18 RBIs. 7 homers ties him with Garrett Cooper in today's Miami lineup. As that just missed, ball 2. Line and caught by Dansby.
Wow, what a play. That's that athletic ability that we talk about with him, being able to make plays that other guys can't. Talk about helping a pitcher out. That is huge.
We don't talk enough about that guy's defense. He's always in the right place at the right time.
Even when he's not, the ability for him to move and get where he needs to go is incredible.
So Gerard Encarnacion is the batter, 1 for 6. Hit the game-tying sac fly yesterday. This guy is big issue, strikeouts. He's got a bunch of them. Well, making the jump from Double-A to the big leagues this year. They don't have breaking balls like that in Double-A.
No, and the difference is he's got a big swing. So I think at times when you're looking at it like this, when you face a guy like Max Fried, he can really exploit that swing, take advantage of it, and you see him do it already here. 0-2.
Off the netting, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Max Fried 2-3 in his career against the Marlins, but in those 11 starts, the Braves have won 8 of those games. There's another one over the netting to the right side, foul.
See Max trying to get that fastball in on his hands, left the last one out. This one a little more on that inner half.
17 strikeouts for Encarnacion in 41 at bats. Swing and a miss. The flip to first will be in plenty of time, and Fried has his second strikeout.
Don't you love how catchers are just so relaxed right there? I mean, Travis didn't even get up. He threw that from one knee. Beautiful curveball. Finally gets him. Watch this right here. Look at that. That boom. Right on the money.
I think I know why you're not a catcher. You'd have had a heart attack on a play like that.
Oh, I'd have been so spastic back there. I'd have picked it up and thrown it right to myself in right field.
So Fried, good start. 5 up, 5 down. Joey Wendell, the hitter. Wendell at 250, a couple of homers.
But you love Max's pitch selection there. Through that curveball, he kind of bit. So what did he do? He came back with that same pitch, a little bit more up in the zone, and got an easy swing and miss.
I don't want to say it's a lost art, but in some ways it seems like it can be with all the analytical information that pitchers and batters alike have. But that was a great example, I think, Jeff, of a pitcher reading a hitter.
Absolutely.
And using that intel.
Well, not that him and Travis aren't on the same page, but, you know, BMAC, when we did the game Thursday night, brought up a great point that I hadn't thought about. Is a guy like Max Fried out there having something where he calls his own game.
Yeah, the pitch calm on his
for
glove.
a guy like Max, when you're talking about an ace out there, hey, here you go. This is what I want. This is what I want.
2 balls and a strike. Wendell on the ground, right to Vaughn Grissom, and his peg to first is in plenty of time. Max Fried 6 up, 6 down. He's off to a good start. Xfinity Live look cam, no score here in the Atlanta second. Olson, Darno, and Michael Harris are coming up. Hopefully those fans are in range for Matt up at the Hank Aaron Terrace, which is packed on this September Sunday.
Another great crowd. It's incredible.
As I've already said, a Truist Park record. They're over 2.7 million in attendance today. Might get past 2.76 million paying customers this year. As Matt Olson bats for the first time today. Really happy for Matt. He snapped out of that long hitting slump, and that base hit last night turned into the game-winning run.
Sometimes those are the ones that get you going. Just slap one the other way. You saw it deep. Take what they give you.
Let's see if he can find a hole here in the second inning. With Joey Wendell way off the line at third base. A big shift right side for Matt. Broken bat, but right into that shift. And a peg first in time for out number 1. Travis d'Arnaud, the hitter, he's got a homer and 3 RBIs in the series. The Braves catching core just continues its excellent offensive and defensive work. d'Arnaud has scored 6 runs for the Braves in the last 7 he's played and sports a .348 batting average in that stretch.
Well, you know Travis likes the first pitch.
Yes.
That one was just a little bit above the letters.
How do you approach this guy as a hitter? What do you look for?
He likes to throw that fastball. I mean, it's 96 and he's going to throw it. That's the thing, you see. You know, I think those guys try to learn from Sandy Alcantara. They're trying to attack the zone. They want to go deep into games, so they're going to throw some strikes. The difference is when he gets ahead, this is where he becomes so tough because he has that good curveball. He's got a changeup. But I will tell you this, his issue too is that he has made mistakes, and when he has, we've seen this Atlanta offense, especially here in Atlanta, get him.
Lights are on with a 1-2 count for Travis d'Arnaud. One thing you notice about Lopez too, his windup is so smooth, so well paced, and then like a lightning bolt he delivers.
Well, between Cabrera, Lopez, Alcantara, I mean, they got some of the tallest pitchers there are. Tall, lengthy righties.
Strike 3 for Travis d'Arnaud. Michael Harris is your hitter. He's our impressive tools feature that's sponsored by Bank of America.
Yeah, he's raised his average from 283 to 303 during the 11-game streak. 37 hits since August 1st, 7th most in NL, and he's hitting just under 350 the last 30 games.
Rookie season, Harris hitting over 300. 303 to be exact. 23 doubles, 2 triples. Well, his hitting late in the game is really impressive. Potential rookie of the year for the Braves. And he went around there. It's 0-2. Way high. Michael didn't chase it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right back where it came from. Woo! Lopez had to skip the rope.
He hits some of the hardest ground balls that you'll see. 109 off the bat. This is what I was saying. 1-2 count. Look at this mistake. Just a flip me over curveball. It's right between the wickets.
So Michael now extends his hitting streak to 12 straight games, and he's in tall cotton with that mark.
He's knocking on longest hitting streak by Braves rookie since 1990. Ozzie with 13 and Freddie with 20 back in 11.
Here's Vaughn Grissom, and he bounces that ball fair down the line. Michael around second, on his way to third. Ball hits off the wall. Harris around third, and he's going to be held up. Good play in left by Encarnacion to handle that hop off the fence. But Vaughn Grissom with a double down the left field line, and Atlanta has a 2-out rally.
And here you go again. 2 21-year-olds making it happen, getting it going. First pitch way in. You see him pull the hands in. Right over the bag. I think Wash made a good choice there. Give Ozuna a chance. You don't want to just run into the easiest out at home plate.
Push that pitch count up. You've got Ozuna up. He's had good luck against the Marlins this year. And he's got 20 homers on the season. 2 on, 2 out. First 2 hits of the game for Atlanta here in the second inning. And a little late at 97 miles an hour.
Yeah, that little flare double down the right field line. Maybe that's something that can get his bat going.
Well, he's liked what he's seen from Lopez in his career. 5 for 14 with a home run is Marcell Ozuna. And taken a little low. So that computes to a .357 batting average against the Marlins right-hander for Marcell Ozuna.
We can see that changeup right there. He saw it down. Sometimes you just see certain pitchers better than you see others.
.97 for strike 2. As good as big league pitchers are, you're almost surprised when someone doesn't throw in the mid to upper 90s now. And now Ozuna's got a fight on his hands down to his last strike. Second and third, 2 outs. Once Miami got to 2 strikes on Ozuna, they moved into a pull shift on the infield. As you said, his double yesterday was the other way.
Yep.
He's got a hole between the second base bag and Garrett Cooper, who's well off the line. Good take, full count. Early offense, one of Jeff's keys to the game. First chance to score is for Atlanta here.
Now with Grissom's speed, you know, a hit scoring too. He can really put them in a hole.
Swing and a shot. Oh, it almost knocked Wendell down. His long throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. Ozuna barreled that ball, but Wendell, right place at the right time to keep this game scoreless.
No score, Max Fried on the hill. If you've never watched Seinfeld, it's a sitcom and it's a show about nothing. This hit I'm doing right here in the third, it's about nothing. Why? Because Max Fried is not changing a thing. One of his 2 losing records to teams in the big leagues, Miami and Colorado. That's unusual. 5.4 ERA against Miami. Also unusual. Miami's a great place to pitch. What's wrong? No, nothing. Sometimes just a team has your number and you don't change a thing or work on anything when you're one of the best pitchers in the league. You be yourself, hit your spots, and the numbers will take care of themselves. Guys.
Birdie, how long did it take you to think of the Seinfeld thing? Did it just kind of come to you?
Gretchen threw it to me with 3 seconds before the hit. And just like in the big leagues, you got to be able to adjust on the fly, Jeff.
That's true. No soup for you.
Nicely done, gentlemen, as Jacob Stallings bats here in the third inning. But I think, Paul, you make a good point. We've come to expect excellence from Max Fried with every start he makes. That's just not realistic at this level, is it?
No, absolutely. And here's another thing, guys. His start against Colorado, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And we're saying he has to bounce back from that. That's how good Max Fried is. We expect 7-8 innings with 8 or 9 punch outs and 1 run, if that.
I think it's been fun too, guys, watching the evolution of Max Fried. Young guys coming up, want to show their big fastball, want to rack up the strikeouts. Yeah, those are nice to get, but Max, I think, is taking the next step, Paul. He wants outs however they come and wants them early in the count.
You're right on, Chip. I think the evolution of that has been the cutter slider in on the hands of righties. Dansby and Austin will tell you, when Max pitches and we know he's going in, we start to read that. We are ready for a slow ground ball to us, and we're going to come get it. Early in his career, had the big trademark hook, which he still has, and the high fastball. Got on it a little bit more. I agree with you. He is a better pitcher.
Went all the way to the backstop for another full count.
Again, when Max first came up too, we think fastball, curveball, and Bertie, you can probably talk us. It's almost like each year, each start, he continues. You're seeing all those pitches start to even out. You know, I'm not throwing my fastball all the time. I'm not throwing my curveball just because I can. I don't need it right here.
Absolutely. Kind of like a Kershaw. Went from a 2-pitch pitcher to 5 and 6.
On the ground to Riley. Pulled to the left side. And Stallings is retired. 7 up, 7 down. And that's what Sandy Koufax said. Strikeouts came almost by accident. I'm paraphrasing because he had marvelous stuff. But he wanted outs early in the count because he could pitch deeper into the game. Outs, not just strikeouts.
Well, Max is a smart pitcher.
Yeah.
And he knows, like you said, to watch the hitter. I remember there was a little time where it seemed like for 3 or 4 starts, I actually hit Kershaw pretty good. Everything he threw me was in. Cutter in, fastball in. So I started to cheat. I started to open up a little bit. And I remember going out to LA facing it, and all of a sudden I started seeing backdoor 2-seamers. And it put it this way, it screwed me up. I struck out quite a few times. Yes. You weren't expecting it. And that's what I think you can see Max now make those adjustments on the fly. And that's when you kind of, to me, take off like he has.
This is young Peyton Burdick, and he skies one toward right. Long run, sliding try. What a grab! Great play for Eddie Rosario. He had to run a country mile to pull that in with the wind pushing it into foul ground.
What a play. Got a ball slicing on you. Your pitcher, you see Max tip his hat to him. He appreciates that. Save your pitch count.
And now Miguel Rojas is the batter. Rojas is hitting 9th for Miami today. This guy's been a good player for a long time. He's had a great career. And now I guess serving kind of a mentorship role for the Marlins young team. And this one served to the right side. Grissom from the outfield grass. 9 up, 9 down for Max Fried. He's off to a great start. The game's only hits, but still no score. 9-1-2 coming up for Snit's squad. Let's check out our Febreze fresh stats. June 1 is when this team took off, my friend.
Yeah, I tell you, they've gained 8.5 games in the standings since June 1st. Any more importantly than that, you're talking June 1st, they have 165 run differential.
Beating their opponents by an average of 2 runs a game.
Yeah. And the pitchers for the Braves lead all of MLB in strikeouts since June 1st.
So trending in the right direction with about a month of regular season play remaining for the Braves, who send Rosario, Acuna, and Swanson up against Pablo Lopez. Gave up a couple of 2-out hits, and then the hard hit ball by Ozuna to third ended the first scoring threat of the day. Line into center field, a base hit. He beats the shift. And Eddie has the third Atlanta hit, and the first Braves leadoff batter has reached.
Man, this is what you want to see. That's a good sign for Eddie. We've talked about the power coming back, but look at this. Instead of getting out front trying to pull the ball, he recognizes that pitch and shoots it back up the middle. Especially with nobody on base like this, to get an inning started and turn it back up to that top of the order. Beautiful piece of hitting.
Ronald put up a fight in the first inning before he swung and missed for the first out of the Braves offensive game. See if he can chase Rosario around here. They give Acuna the whole right side of the infield. Swing and a shot headed for the left field corner. That's going to get down and bounce over the wall. That'll be a double. Oh, baby, was that rifled. 113 miles an hour off the bat.
You know the best thing about that? It was a ground rule double, so Ronald didn't have to run. Could save the knee. That thing came off like a missile.
Well, you said it earlier in the game, as good as Lopez is, and he is a very good pitcher, he'll make a mistake or two.
Well, and what are we talking about? He wants to get ahead in the count. You saw what Vaughn Grissom did. Even though the ball was kind of up and in, he was selling out heater. So what do? He got a double. Ronald, same thing. I'm not waiting. I see a pitch up, I'm going after it. Now he sets Dansby up here with ground ball, sac fly, anything to get the first run in.
4 of the last 5 Braves hitters have hits in the game. And they're at second and third with nobody out. Nothing in 2.
You know what we talk about, though, this is where Dansby really goes to work, and that's to me where he's changed his whole approach for the last 4.5 months. Look at him choke up on that bat handle. He's going to look to play pepper, even just something on the ground to get that run in.
Stallings saved a run. Rosario singled to start the inning. Acuna doubled him to third, and Stallings, a Gold Glover, nice play.
Saved a run there.
Had the plate, but just a touch low. Last night, that might have been strike 3.
Might.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Reel him in, Dansby. Scoreless game. Swing and a shot hammered towards center. That'll be deep enough to score a run. Slipping in center is Burdick, and that cuts off any chance to cut down Acuna, who moves up as well. Dansby comes all the way back from a 2-strike count. A sac fly makes it 1-0.
I tell you, this is why the Braves are one of the best teams in baseball. This whole process of this play. 0-2, you get to 2-2. Dansby chokes up. What does he do, Chip? Hits a line drive to center field. What does Ronald do at second? Starts to go, realizes he's going to catch it, sprints his tail back, gets to second, tags to third. Now you set the next guy up right here for a fly ball. The infield's in. Numerous opportunities for Austin Riley to drive this other run in. That's why they win. A lot of teams can't do what they do.
Ron Washington talked about that, Jeff, on the last road trip while we were in St. Louis. And he said it very succinctly. Attention to detail.
100%. And that whole sequence right there is what you want. 0-2, you get it to 2-2. Put the ball in play. Your base runners do the right thing. And now you set up the guy, one of the hottest guys in the lineup here. The perfect situation to drive in another.
So the Braves do cash in the first run of the game. One of your keys. Austin Riley a chance to make it 2-0 at the very least here. He struck out his first time up. He's homered in 4 straight games.
Almost 5.
Still has a way to go to catch a record held by Dale Long, Ken Griffey Jr., and Don Mattingly, who homered in 8 straight big league games. No balls and a strike.
That was almost the perfect pitch there. Running in, up above, letter high.
Well, Dansby fought back from 0-2. Let's see if Riley can.
I'd imagine when you're playing the infield end somewhat, this cannot be comfortable.
Not with this guy up there.
That's what I'm saying.
No doubt.
Good job. That's the thing. You just laid off. That was his strikeout pitch. He was trying to get you up. Now same thing, 2-2, lock back in and look at putting something in play.
Even count. 1-0 Braves. Acuna 90 feet away here. And he chased that one downstairs, and that's out number 2. It's a big pitch for Lopez. Now the infield can take a deep breath, back up to their normal positioning, but Matt Olson is the hitter.
It's a pretty good pitch. Everything was up, and he changed the eye level on Austin there.
Grounded out into the shift his last time up. .50 pitches for Pablo Lopez. And now they'll go ahead and walk Olson once they fell behind 2-0. They'll go righty-righty with Travis d'Arnaud. One of those pick your poison moments. As we look inside the numbers presented by Hyundai, let's check out what the Braves catcher has done to Miami pitching in the last 10 games.
And not just the last 10, but his whole career. A .301 hitter against the Marlins. In the last 10 games, he's hit safely in 9 of 10 against the Fish. Remember, likes to go after that first pitch. He's going to be hunting for something out over the plate.
Braves are looking for their first hit with a runner in scoring position today. They won yesterday without a hit with a runner at second or third base. That missed badly inside. 1 ball, no strikes. What a night. 8th walk-off win of the year for the Braves. Robbie Grossman, a walk-off, bases on balls. Time called.
And a great job. You know, they brought Okert in to face the lefties. And what happened to the lefties, the two that got the hit? Olsen the other way and then Harris the other way.
Even count for the Braves catcher Travis d'Arnaud, looking for his 54th RBI. 7 of those have come in his last 7 games played.
That's his combo there. He's going to go with the fastball down, and then he throws that changeup off at about 5 miles per hour difference, but probably his best pitch.
Still 1-2. Max Fried on the mound for the Braves. Perfect through 3 innings. Braves got a leadoff hit from Rosario, a sac fly from Dansby Swanson, and lead 1-0. Runners at the corners here in the home third. d'Arnaud, the 6th batter to face Lopez in the inning. Now the 2-2 pitch. And that will retire the side. Atlanta scores first. Eddie Rosario's leadoff hit comes home for the Braves, and it's 1-0 going to the 4th. Here at Truist Park. The race for the postseason's on. You don't want to miss the action. Watch all out-of-market regular season games live or on demand, plus MLB Big Inning on MLB.tv. Now for only $29.99. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for all the details. 9 up, 9 down for Max Fried. Charles LeBlanc leads off inning number 4 for the Fish. The Braves have a 1-0 advantage. That was tipped for a strike.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to bunt that one for a hit. That's tough with that curveball.
Quite a find for the Marlins. LeBlanc was a minor league Rule 5 pick. He's hitting nearly 300 for the Marlins. And it's 0-2. Driven into the right field corner, but that's off the netting foul. And it's still no balls, 2 strikes for the Marlins second baseman. Little light rain beginning to fall here at the ballpark. Two and two. Did he go? Yes, he did. He heats him up with a fastball, and Max Fried has retired the first 10 Marlins in order.
A good pitch. You can see how he gets this thing up and in where you get him to go. Can't lay off it.
So 3 strikeouts for Max. Brian Anderson was his first swing and a miss victim. Rain at this point at the ballpark, more of a slight irritation than a major problem. Infield looks to be in real good shape. And you've got to get through 4.5 innings with the lead for this to be an official game. So we're a bit away from that. Nationals have extended their lead in New York. It's 3-1 Washington. That game in inning number 3. Eric Fetty, the scheduled starter for Washington. Go Nats, go.
Yeah, right. Big Nats fans.
In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, it's funny in the heat of a pennant race how quickly your loyalties change, right?
Oh, absolutely. 3 years ago, we wanted the Nats to lose every game.
Two and two.
That's a great thing too. Every game you inch closer, that those New York papers let those guys know exactly where the Braves are.
What once was a 10.5 game lead in the East for the Mets at the moment is a 2 game lead over the Braves. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in a row for Max Fried.
Just so beautiful how he does that. Speeds him up with 2 fastballs. Look at this swing. He missed that ball by 1.5 foot out front.
That's a great angle to talk about how the art of pitching is destroying a hitter's time.
Yeah.
Great shots from our Bally crew. As Garrett Cooper, 8 for his last 92 at the plate, and 0 for 1 today. The 2-strike pitch. No chase. Two and two. Washington now 5-1 over the Mets. Braves lead here in Atlanta 1-0. We're in the 4th. Light misting rain falling. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Max Fried just struck out the side. Bats go back to work, looking to extend the lead in game 3. Max Fried, 5 strikeouts. All 3 swings and misses, Jeff, here in the 4th.
Fastball up, curveball, and then boom, another hammer.
Presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
The bright rays of sunshine atop the Battery here in Atlanta as we welcome you back to Hyundai Sunday. Atlanta leads the Marlins 1-0 heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. And I think Pablo Lopez has a problem with one of the rosin bags. Or he needs the other type of rosin. So a momentary delay as we get set for the home 4th inning. So Bertie, what's going on?
There's 2 different types of rosin. One's like a powdery substance in the bag and it doesn't give you a lot of tack, and another has like some cracked rocks in it. When you pick that up, powder goes everywhere and has much more tack. I suspect he wanted the second because it's starting to rain and you need a better grip.
Which one would you use, Bertie?
I like the rocks. I always wanted the better grip, but sometimes there's such thing as it gets too tacky and then you start spiking your breaking balls, so every pitcher's different.
10-4.
Did you put anything on the bat walking up to the plate?
Oh, I loaded that thing with pine tar. Well, I used the little stick more than I did the actual pine tar thing.
Yeah.
Up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on or out for Michael. That skipped up there almost.
How did I miss him?
Got him 2-2. A 2nd inning single for Harris gives him a 12-game hitting streak.
Great eye.
Another thing, guys, not just the grip of the baseball, but when you get mud on the bottom of your cleats, it can throw off your delivery because everything's a little heavier. So watch for that as well this inning.
Strike 3 at the knees. A changeup fools Harris. And Pablo Lopez has struck out 6 men.
Yeah, the changeup before that, a little bit lower than that one. That one, he kind of froze him at the bottom of the zone.
Well, for a man who hasn't always been at his best against the Braves, you're seeing why Pablo Lopez generated so much interest at the deadline today. He's given up 1 run, 4 hits with 6 strikeouts. Juan Grissom doubled against him his first time up and takes a strike. Gentle breeze blowing left to right here at Truist Park. No homers yet. And that missed badly. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oakland next for the Braves Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon. Then we head to Seattle to take on the Mariners. Big weekend series up in the Pacific Northwest. Mariners have a good club. fact, Seattle trying to do something that they haven't done in 2 decades. That's make the playoffs.
They had a lot of expectation. They got off to that bad start too, a little bit like the Braves here, and they've come on strong the last 3 months, playing good ball.
Mariners right now in a virtual tie with Tampa Bay for the top wild card spot in the American League. And we'll wrap up the road trip with the Giants. Tampa Bay, by the way, trying to close the gap in the AL East to 3 games. They're losing to the Yankees 1-0 because, Jeff,
what do you think happened? Maybe a 53rd home run by Aaron Judge.
That's exactly what happened. 2-2. Trying to pass Roger Maris's 61 in the 1961 season for the Yankees, and he is on pace to do it. Full count, bases empty, 1 out. Center cut fastball, 7 strikeouts. Grissom is out number 2. So let's check out the upcoming road trip. That is our Get There feature of the game, presented by Synovus.
Hey, see Oakland, obviously Matt Olson headed back to his old stomping grounds. Won the Gold Glove in 18 and 19 with them. Mariners are 13 and 4 in their last 17 games. The Giants, of course, got off to that good start. They were 5 games over 500 at the All-Star break. 10 games under down the second half. They have been offensively challenged out there also.
2 outs for Ozuna.
Marcel tried to hit one there. What do you think?
Hit a ball 100 miles an hour toward third base his first time up. Good play by Wendell. Ended the first scoring threat for the Braves. His run came in the 3rd. This one hammered down the line, foul. As the wind begins to pick up here. Braves lead by a run, need 3 more outs in the 5th inning for it to be an official game. High fly ball hit to right. Anderson retreating, still going back, turns, that ball is gone. An opposite field home run for Ozuna.
You showed the numbers, Chip. 5 for 14 coming in this game off Lopez. Smoked that last one and then got him here opposite field. That's got to feel good. Last home run for him almost a month ago in Boston against Nick Pivetta. Location trying to go away, crept back over the middle. Remember back in 20 when he had 328, how many balls we saw him hit to that right center area. Give him the bullpen a little love.
So that extends the lead for Max Fried. It's 2-0. And Eddie Rosario is the hitter. Rosario singled and scored the first Atlanta run. Runs came from the 8 and 9 spots on Snit's lineup card so far today. And as we've said so many times all summer long, what makes this Atlanta offense so tough, 1 through 9 is a threat to take you deep.
Yep.
Today it's Ozuna hitting 8th and his 21st of the season. This one skied toward left. Encarnacion is over, says he's got it, and does, and the Braves have extended their lead. Marcell Ozuna hits one the other way, right atop the bricks below the Coors Light Chop House. We are through 4. Max Fried and the Braves trying to sweep the Marlins. They're slashing away and lead 2-0. 2-0 Braves after 4. Marcell Ozuna's 21st home run has given Max Fried a little more breathing room. He's got the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for the Marlins with rain all around us. Fortes lined out to short. That was that nice catch by Dansby Swanson, leaping to his right. That led off Miami's second. And look, we know you've got to get 3 outs with the lead for it to be an official game, Bertie. I would assume that's in the back of Max Fried's head, too.
It is absolutely, Chip, and you got to guard against overthrowing and trying to get 3 outs on 1 pitch. Just relax, get the grip on the baseball, work at your pace. Another thing, not just overthrowing, but if you try to work too fast to get it in, that can throw off your rhythm and your delivery. Next thing you know, you walk a couple guys and you're in trouble.
He's 3-0 here to Fortes with Encarnacion on deck. At the green light, fouled away. 3 balls and a strike.
It's amazing. Just the 3-0 swings. You hadn't had a base runner yet. 3-0. You're trying to work something and you just
wail away.
Off and take a hack.
All help appreciated. 3-1 pitch. But he lost him. And the tying run will come to the plate in Gerard Encarnacion. First base runner for the Marlins. A leadoff walk.
And we're going to take a look at Max's 5 strikeouts. Our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. See 3 curveballs there, 1 way down. And of course, 2 fastballs, 1 up in the zone, 1 cutting in on the righty.
Encarnacion struck out in his lone trip to the plate. Marlins lead the major leagues in stolen bases. Fortes has 5 of them. Max Fried has that great pickoff move.
That was a lot closer. They were checking that for a minute because it kind of hit him on top of the helmet with his glove.
Oh, 0-1.
See, last time Encarnacion got some curveballs. That time he starts them off with a fastball. Still that big swing. So if you're Max out there and you see that, now you can go to work.
Encarnacion, a late bloomer, didn't start playing baseball until he was 16, 17 years old. He was a basketball player.
He's got the size, that's for sure.
Right-hand hitter behind, 0-2. We need 3 more outs and then Mother Nature can do what she'll do. Runner at first, 1-2 pitch. .63 pitches for Fried. Almost as many balls as strikes. That's not like him. But knock on wood, he has yet to allow a hit. Strikeout number 6.
There you go. Climb the ladder on him. Last time you got him way out in front with a curveball. This time you throw that fastball, which starts in that same spot, and you can see you just can't catch up with that.
Joey Wendell grounded out to Vaughn Grissom at second base. And is 0 for 1 today. Lefty-lefty matchup. Wendell open stance right on top of the plate. No batting gloves. It's down the left field line, but curling into the stands. Strike one.
You never want to tell a guy he needs to hurry up, but it looks like it's about to dump. Serious rain here.
Mound's in good shape. Infield's in good shape. Fans, though, beginning to make their way to the concourse. Is this one on the ground? Olsen, second base, one. Dansby the turn. Double play.
Well, perfect.
It's an official game. The rain picks up. Atlanta leads 2-0.
Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Synovus, the bank that helps you get there. And by the All-South Highway Safety Team. Never mix drinking and driving.
2-0 Atlanta, and you see the story here at Truist Park. Mere moments after the Braves completed a double play, the skies have opened up here at Truist Park, and boy, that double play's timing, Jeff, was impeccable. It makes it an official game with Atlanta in position to sweep.
Couldn't ask for any better time as you're going to take a look at our T-Mobile coverage cam for the best coverage in the game. Look, watch Dansby here. I mean, he gets rid of it before anybody's at first. Ended up being a huge play, because you said, Chip, the skies literally opened up right after Matt Olson caught this ball. Look at this. Gets rid of it. Watch Dansby right here. Knowing someone's going to be at the base, throws it before anybody's there. Olson gets there, gets that foot on the bag, and gets a speedy Wendell.
So, if it doesn't stop raining for the next several hours, well, this is an official game. Both teams will be traveling. We said the Braves head to Oakland. The Marlins head up to Philadelphia. And with the Mets losing at the moment, if this game is postponed, we pick up another game, assuming that score in New York holds.
Like Birdie said, that's why it was funny. You don't want your pitcher out there just getting it throwing. But with that being said, there is a little bit of sense of urgency, and that's why that double play ball ended up looming so large, possibly, because it looks like it's going to rain for a while.
So it is pouring here at Truist Park. Atlanta enjoys a 2-0 lead. The Braves are due to come up to hit in the bottom of the fifth inning. But it is, as we said, an official game as the Braves and Marlins wrap up our series. We'll step aside and come back to Truist Park after a quick break. Up at Citi Field. So at the moment, the Braves are only a game and a half back in the Eastern Division race. If Atlanta can finish this one off, we'll hit the road with a one-game lead and a day off tomorrow.
We talked about it kind of at the start of the rain delay, a chance to gain 2 games. When they played the Nats, you played the Marlins, but still work to be done. 12 outs, but with that being said, moving in the right direction. They'll face Jeff Brigham out of the bullpen after Pablo Lopez will depart after 4 innings. And see 5 games, 9 2/3, 10 strikeouts and 4 walks.
The shame of the rain delay was Max Fried.
Yeah.
5 innings of no-hit baseball. He allowed just 1 base runner. That was a 5th inning walk in the perfectly timed double play before the rains came. Made sure it was an official game, which it is. Looks like Jesse Chavez will start to work in the Braves bullpen. He will come on in the 6th inning for the Braves, who are trying to sweep away the Marlins. Look, the games in September have such importance, such special meaning. And we have said the Atlanta team's in a stretch of 11 of 14 against sub-500 teams. They're taking care of business, knowing how close this divisional race is, knowing how heated the rivalry is between the Braves and Mets. It did not go unnoticed in the press box that as the fans here at Truist Park watch the final out, Once that final out was made, there was, shall we say, some celebratory music played on the PA here in Atlanta.
They threw a little shade that way. I liked it. They played Edwin Diaz's, but I would also like to say they played Contreras' song.
There you go.
The trumpet.
So credit the fans. Most of them have stuck around through an hour and 50-minute rain delay. And a long way to go in this game. Atlanta does enjoy, though, a 2-0 lead. And it'll be Ronald Acuna Jr., Dansby Swanson, and Austin Riley coming up. The official crowd, by the way, 42,360. Another great gathering here on what turned out to be a rainy afternoon. So hopefully no more interruptions. Let's get a few more runs, salt this one away, and then make our way west for a date with the Athletics on Tuesday night. Here's Ronald. He has struck out and has doubled in his 2 trips to the plate today.
At that double first pitch off Lopez down the left field line.
And went after the first one here and fouled it away. An hour and 51-minute rain delay officially this afternoon, and man, did it rain.
It did.
No balls and a strike for Ronald, and a high towering fly to center. Burdick going back is going to have room, and he has a momentary stumble, but no further trouble, and there's out number 1.
Yeah, Ronald knew he had just missed that.
So Brigham has his first out. Here's Dansby. Dansby with a sacrifice fly that scored the first run of the day for either club. He's now up to 79 runs batted in. How tough is it to come back after an hour and 50 minutes?
It's tough too, and when quite frankly you looked at the radar and you really thought it was probably going to bang the game where we're at. So I think that's the other tough thing. Sometimes, you know, hey, this is a quick 30-minute little shower.
Another fly ball. This one hit to right. Anderson got a late break. He's in the middle of the warning track. 2 outs.
But with that being said, you got to come out and take care of business, especially when you're in that locker room. You saw the Mets game. They knew exactly what was going on. And to know you have a chance to leave going out west only down a game, take care of business.
Austin Riley's certainly done that. He's homered in 4 straight games, but was 0 for 2 against Pablo Lopez. Out of play, foul, strike 1 for the Braves third baseman. We're off tomorrow. The Mets will be playing. They have a series starting up with the Pittsburgh Pirates next. Then we resume play Tuesday night in Oakland. A club the Braves swept in a 2-game series earlier here in Atlanta. The pitch. Jesse Chavez will start the top of the 6th inning with the lower third of the order for the Marlins. The Braves trying to add to the lead. And the 1-2 pitch.
Yeah, if you're the Marlins on the other side, you're probably glad it rained for a little bit and got Max Fried out of that ball game.
Nice comeback for Max Fried after a disappointing outing against Colorado. And he went 5 innings, so with the lead, he does qualify for win number 13 if the Braves can get 12 more outs. And that one is tipped and caught, and that will send us to inning number 6. The Braves lead game 3 2-0. Coors Light would like to thank Braves fans for the overwhelming response to the Coors Light Check Into Chill sweepstakes. Your participation was so great. They're going to bring you more exciting opportunities in the future, so stay tuned for that.
Wonderful. Talk about it. Coors Light does a great job. Great promotion. And then we had a blast Thursday night out at the Coors Light Chop House. Good time.
Yeah, Frenchie's Blues were flowing after the game, so we're appreciative of that. As Jesse Chavez takes over for Max Fried, who pitched 5 hitless innings today. Man, it's great to have this guy back.
Yeah.
And I think that was a recurrent theme when we were talking with Luke Jackson and Jackson Stevens. How much Jesse Chavez means not just to this bullpen, but to this Atlanta team.
Yeah, and you get somewhere you're comfortable. He was comfortable here. Obviously, you got Iglesias in that trade. So, I mean, one of those that made the team better. But also, when you can get him back like this, it works well. And that's exactly what he's going to do, just pound that zone.
Something about the Braves uniform has brought out the best in Jesse Chavez this year. Remember, he started the year with the Cubs, came to the Braves, was traded in, as Jeff said, the Iglesias deal. In 31 relief outings with the Braves, Jesse pitched to a 1.67 ERA with Atlanta. Had a 6.35 ERA with the Cubs and a 7.59 ERA with the Angels. And what he's doing right here against Jacob Stallings is what has endeared him to so many in the clubhouse. He throws strikes no matter the situation.
He's going to pound the zone, that's for sure. Here, Brian McCann actually talked about it Thursday night, how tough it was sometimes facing him because of that.
Little pop hit towards short. Dansby drifts out and puts that away. Stallings is retired, 1 away.
Well, and that's a perfect example, Chip, of just a little bit of movement that Jesse can do. You get leaning out over the plate and he throws that front door cutter on you and jams you.
Peyton Burdick swings and misses. He popped up to right field. Great running catch and sliding catch by Eddie Rosario to retire him in the 3rd inning. There are no real surprises with Jesse Chavez. It's, as you said, fastballs that move, cutters that move.
And he's going to rely on that, just the movement. He wants to start that ball on the edge of the plate.
A ball and 2 strikes.
I don't know if he's going to do it here, but that's what he did to Stallings, way away, and then threw that front door cutter, and that's what jammed him.
Climbed the ladder, and Chavez has his first strikeout. He just knows how to pitch.
Cutter, and then up above the zone.
You said of Pablo Lopez what a good job he did on Austin Riley when he struck him out. How he changed his eye level. It's exactly what it appeared Jesse Chavez just did with the young hitter.
Yeah, kind of belt high down, and then all of a sudden he raises it just enough.
And Rojas, with 2 outs, has the first Miami hit.
Yeah, leave it to the veteran Rojas to know I'm not waiting to get it deep into a count versus a guy like Chavez. He lines this ball right up the middle.
Well, Miami had just 2 hits through 5 innings in yesterday's game. They have their first hit now, and Charles LeBlanc is the batter representing the tying run. He's grounded out and struck out.
feeling Rojas was gone first move on that pitch.
That just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. On the ground, double play ball, but there's 2 outs. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Boy, I wish they carried over, don't you, Jeff?
Why not?
2-0 is your score as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Braves 2, Marlins nothing. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Braves A-list memberships are on sale for next year. As a 2023 full season member, you'll get all the benefits of next year's season and have priority access to all of this year's potential postseason home games. See more information on full season memberships and how you can get access to potential 2022 playoff games at Braves.com/A-list. Matt Olson goes to work first.
It's like Matt was trying to shoot that ball to the left side.
Matt snapped an 0 for 22 with a late hit last night. And you know, he's looking forward to getting back to Oakland, where he began his major league career. Didn't mean to there. That'll cost him a strike. It's 0-2.
See, Brigham's fastball's got some life to it. He's thrown some by these top 4 Braves hitters so far.
Kids hanging in there on a rainy afternoon. Labor Day weekend. Braves up 2-0.
I was going to say, there's definitely a great crowd that has stuck around for this one for almost 2-hour delay.
With 42,000 plus here, the Braves soar past 2.76 million in home attendance. They're flying toward 3 million. Coming off a World's Championship last year in a club that's 9 outs away from being only a game out of first place. And our next home game here, September 16th against the Phillies. The Nationals will follow them. Just 9 home games left after today in regular season play. Forest Park has been a great home field advantage for the Braves, where they're 21 over 500. Atlanta trying to win its 5th consecutive game today. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on or out.
He's taking some healthy cuts.
And Matt will see an 8th pitch. That got Stallings on the way by the home plate umpire too. Don't need another foul ball injury to a home plate umpire. That's what happened last night with Mark Rippiger. He had to come out in the 9th inning. Unfortunately, a glancing blow on the way by. And Olson takes ball 4.
Great at bat.
Needed that.
Yeah. Just to battle back. 2 walks now for Matt today. After that great hit yesterday to lead off the 9th.
Travis d'Arnaud, a couple of strikeouts today. You saw Don Mattingly, the longtime manager of the Marlins, last evening managed his 1,000th major league game. Today's 1,001 for the former Yankee great player. Now trying to shepherd a lot of youngsters through this final regular season month down in South Florida. Not an easy task, because the Fish are in a stretch where they're playing a lot of playoff hopeful teams. 31 of 35 games for the Marlins against teams that are in playoff position.
Not good.
But they gave the Braves a fight here last night. It's only a 2-0 game here in the wrap up. But as we know, they don't pay you for moral victories at this level. Popped away from Stallings for a moment, but not far enough. Michael Harris waits on deck. Brigham's been very impressive against the Braves, as you mentioned, Jeff. He's got a good arm.
He's pitched 10 1/3 against the land and never allowed a run to the Braves. It's a good time to break that up right here.
You got it. d'Arnaud riding a hot streak over his last 7 games, 7 ribbies and 6 runs. 2-2.
That's where he's getting everybody right now. That fastball a little bit above, about letter high.
One on, nobody out. And that one lined into right center field, down for a base hit. Anderson charges, the ball gets by him. It's backed up by Burdick in center, but he can't stop Olson from going to third base.
Well, and Anderson's going to kick himself for this one, Chip, because Matt Olson was just going to second base. If wet like this, he's not going to take a chance. As you can see, Travis gets a spinner. He tries to make a great play, and off that turf with it wet, the way it skips, just a, error that doesn't need to happen. Put it that way.
We talk all the time and mentioned it earlier. The new fields, they drain well, but how well is well from an outfielder's perspective after the rain we got today?
When it's coming straight at you, but he's angling on that ball. So, when you're coming into that side like that, it's tough. You don't know which way it's going to bounce, if it's going to stay down. Again, Matt Olson was stopping at second.
Lined over short. Harris ambushes Brigham, and the Braves add to the lead. It's 3-0.
Now leave it to this young kid. Second hit of the day. This one right over. For that hit, Braves were 0 for their last 12 with runners in scoring position, and Michael right here, fastball up. What an approach, knows it. And you love that. We see him be, patient at times. There, he's looking for a pitch, something to put in the outfield, and he gets rewarded.
With his 49th RBI, Harris already has extended his hitting streak to 12 games.
I tell you what, you see Spencer Strider on Thursday night and you say, wow, man, that's the rookie of the year. Then you see Michael Harris again like today and you're like, nah, he's the rookie of the year.
Well, they had some microphones on him Friday night, speaking of Strider, and Eddie Rosario was talking to him. It was Eddie who was mic'd up, and And he said, "Hey, Spencer, you're the rookie of the year." And he said, "Spencer, I don't know. Michael plays every day. I wonder if that's going to be the difference maker." As this ball's hammered to right. Anderson going back onto the warning track and makes the catch. Spin move and a throwback towards second, but d'Arnaud will advance on a deep fly by Vaughn Grissom, another Braves rookie. Your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, I'm kind of biased to position players, but no, I mean, it makes a great. If it's close, to me, it leans toward the position player because you are out there every day. Michael Harris is playing Gold Glove center field. You know, plays every single day. I mean, that counts for something. Like I said, it's got to be an overwhelming, you know, difference for me. Yes.
Would you ever be in favor of having rookie pitcher and rookie hitter or player awards?
Not on that, because you know you might, and I hate to say this, there's some years you might look and be like, no one deserves that. It's that bad, but it's true.
Wow, that is spoken like a hitter, isn't it?
No, I'm just saying you might have, you know, a couple young pitchers that, you know, and it's like, oh, well, you know, once you get to Cy Young to.
They're here, but they're not standout pitchers yet in their first. I understand it, but
you're always going to have one rookie, whether it's a pitcher or something, that's going to stand out.
Right. The one that always bothered me was Nomo over Chipper Jones.
Well, yeah, I agreed with that. He was what, 30 years old.
As Ozuna digs in, been a polished professional pitcher in Japan in the pro leagues there, but was a first-year player here, and it's about the only award that Chipper didn't win in his Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it for the Braves, they have two guys that are candidates. The sad part individually is only one of them is going to win it.
Yeah.
Marcell Ozuna's hit a homer today. Runner at first goes. Stallings' throw is right on the money. And that is the first time Michael Harris has been thrown out trying to steal all year.
Man, this was a perfect throw from Stallings. I mean, he could have put it on the money. You can see slipped a little bit, Harris.
So what a start for Harris, who's now 16 for 17 in stolen bases, and he thought the left hand got in before the tag hit the right.
Yeah, he got him.
So what a run for Harris, as he is the second out. Runner at third, d'Arnaud, for Ozuna. 1 ball, 1 strike. When Ozuna nearly won the Triple Crown in the COVID season, Jeff, he was line to line.
100%. That's his first opposite field home run today since May 5th of 21.
And you pointed it out a couple of weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago. Everything pull.
It was. Wait, the front hips were just flying wide open.
The 2-2 pitch. Full count. Brigham ready. Good at bat, Ozuna. Second walk of the inning, and Eddie Rosario will bat with runners at the corners.
See, not only that, Chip, that's a perfect example. If you're thinking up the middle the other way, you're able to lay off those pitches. Instead of a swing and a miss right there, you see it deep, it's a ball.
And so Ozuna aboard for the second time in the game. Eddie Rosario 1 for 2 with a run. Braves piling up the pitches on Brigham in the 6th inning. He's facing his 6th batter. One ball, no strikes. Tried to shoot it to left.
He did. They're giving him the whole hole over there. Rojas playing 7-8 feet right of second base bag, so Wendell's the only guy on that left side of the field.
Single runs in the 3rd, 4th, and 1 here in the 6th for Atlanta. They've out hit the Marlins 7-1. That's going to get away and score another run. Darno scores standing up as Brigham airmails one to the back screen.
Boy, it's amazing, isn't it? A difference an inning makes. He came out with Ronald, Dansby, and Austin and was on fire. This one, Stallings never even had a chance. Kicked away where Darno could score easy.
So a wild pitch scores Darno. It sends Ozuna to second, and the Braves have 2 in the inning. And that spins off the plate. Full count. This is not an attempt at a pun in any way, but quite frankly, for the Marlins, when it rains, it pours.
Were you thinking that one up during the delay?
No, but I mean,
it just came to you.
Nothing has gone right for them in this series. Eddie chased one up and out of the zone, and that'll retire the side. The Braves get 2 walks, 2 singles, and 2 runs, and we head to the 7th. Football action coming your way this Saturday. Charleston Southern and NC State. Coverage starts at 12:30 Eastern on Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app. ACC football on Bally Sports South is presented by your local Ford dealer.
Should be a good one. NC State snuck out a win against East Carolina yesterday, so
yeah,
they're looking to rebound.
I hope everyone's favorite college team in Braves country won this weekend.
But do you really?
Yeah. Well, except
what if there's Gators fans here?
Except for one. Ryan Anderson will lead off the 7th inning for Miami. It's now a 4-0 Atlanta game. If just joining us, we had an hour and 51-minute rain delay that started at 3 o'clock. Max Fried went 5 innings of hitless ball. Braves got 2 runs off Pablo Lopez, 2 runs off Brigham here in the 6th inning, and now to the 7th. Jesse Chavez in his 2nd inning of relief. The other big story, the Nationals sunk the Mets again 7-1 today.
They won at 7-1 yesterday too. No, 7-2. Well, they beat him pretty good too.
Max Scherzer was injured in that game last night. Believes he's going to make his next start.
I think it was 7-1 too. Yeah, back-to-back days in New York.
So some attitude shown by the Washington club. As that's upstairs for Anderson. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now we become what, Buccos fans.
That's right. O'Neill Cruz hit about 7 balls, 122 miles an hour.
He's going to do that regardless.
At the PNC Park. 2-2 for Anderson. Jesse pulls a string and has his second strikeout. Garrett Cooper is the batter, but first a word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
And this is what you want from Jesse right here. Fill up the zone. 4-0. Don't give them any easy ways on.
Chavez facing his 6th batter. He's thrown 18 pitches. Strike 3 freezes Cooper. 2 outs.
Paint coming right back over the edge of the plate.
Nick Fortes, the batter. He has walked and lined out. I want you to stick around as always for the stretch. It's presented by Synovus. Kelly Kroll and Nick Green are standing by, hoping to wrap up a 5-1 homestand.
Boy, Jesse, welcome back, huh?
So great. What you love about Chavez, he can pitch in any situation.
Yep.
He started, he could close in an emergency for you, pitches multiple innings, throws strikes. They call him the coach. You can understand why. On the ground, Dansby to his left, bobbles, but flips to first in time, and that will retire the side. Jesse Chavez with 2 scoreless innings. He's allowed 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. He protects a 4-0 Atlanta lead as the Braves try to sweep away the Marlins here in Atlanta. As is customary on home Sundays, we welcome Timothy Miller to the middle of the diamond. He will perform a stirring rendition of God Bless America before another packed house of 42,000 plus here at Truist Park in Atlanta.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Ladies and gentlemen,
The Stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Half of the seventh, no 2-hour rain delay was going to cool off Michael Harris. You probably heard us talking about him during that delay and that he extended his hitting streak to 12 straight games. He also just, helped him tack on another run, Nick.
Just casually. Yeah, I mean, this kid's just 21 years old, doing big things, running in scoring position, not a big deal. Fastball's not a big deal. All of a sudden now, breaking ball's not a big deal either. I love what this kid's done as far as making adjustments at the big league level. He had a month of June where he wins NL Rookie of the Month. Then July, he hits 222. Then, oh, by the way, let me hit 330 plus in the month of August. Win NL Rookie of the Month again. And all of a sudden, this kid is on a tear in the month of September as well. You can see the bottom part is where I want to focus.
Okay.
389 on average with breaking balls over this stretch. Earlier in the year, he had struggled against breaking balls. Yes, he was on time for the fastball, but now he's starting to hit everything. This tells you all you need to know about this kid and making adjustments. He continues to make adjustments, continues to provide great defense, and continue to provide clutch hitting for the Braves right now.
So what you're saying is
he's very good. He's very good.
That's all we need. All right, let's get you back to Braves baseball after a quick word from our friends at Synovus.
Get going. Get after it. Get momentum. Then get more of it. Wherever potential leads you next, get there with a bank you trust.
4-0 as we head to the bottom of the seventh inning. Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to lead off. Top of the order for the Braves, who look to polish off the Marlins and finish off a great homestand and move to within a game of the Mets. Marlins go to the bullpen again. This is Tommy Nance.
Had a spot start against the Braves, if I remember right, earlier. Maybe not.
Nance was claimed from the Cubs at the end of spring training. He's been a multi-inning guy. And you're right, he did pitch against the Braves. Spot start August 13th.
Yeah, look at that. You got a little bit of a memory.
Way to go. Last 3 outings for Nance, 1 unearned run, covering 3 1/3 innings. Brigham went a couple of frames. 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Pablo Lopez and Max Fried, the pitchers of record. They were the starters. The Braves have thrown a 1-hitter at Miami today. They head to Philadelphia next. Phillies are wrapping up a series with the Giants and are losing 3-0. Well, the wild card race is
it's kind of nuts right now.
Threatening to change hands 2 or 3 different ways. With a month of baseball left, Ronald is down on strikes, and that's out number 1 here in the home 7th inning. Dansby Swanson is 0 for 2. And he's got an RBI. As you know, we mentioned it after today, just 9 home games left during the regular season, and the final giveaways for you are on tap as well. On September 20th, we'll have the Ron Washington Windmill Wash bobblehead day. The first 15,000 fans will get that when the Nationals are here. And yes, Wash's arm does spin around like a propeller. You want to get that by going to Braves.com/promos.
Definitely get one of those. I'll tell you what, every guy in their bullpen comes out throwing 96, 97.
I guess that's what has to give Marlins fans some hope. They have arms, right?
For sure. Plenty of them. Can't score.
Can't score. Mentioned it last night. Miami has scored 100 runs, counting today, in their last 45 games. That's never been done since the advent of the DH. And it doesn't matter how good your pitching is. If you're scoring 2 a game and giving up 3 a game, you're going to lose a lot of games. 0-2. And Dansby swung through it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nance in the Atlanta 7th. Austin Riley is 0 for 3 before he changes that. Let's enjoy a word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce, or any of our sauces.
Riley tried to keep an impressive streak alive. He's homered in 4 straight games. And also has a 7-game hitting streak on the line, perhaps with this at bat. Strike after strike from Mr. Nance.
Say today's one of the few days we've seen just kind of one of those days for Austin Riley where you're not making contact, which you rarely see from him.
Two balls, 2 strikes. More action in the Braves bullpen. Colin McHugh is warming up.
Well, you know, you probably just saw Jesse Chavez, what he was able to do, and thought, well, Colin's a lot of the same stuff that Jesse does. Might as well bring him in. And really, if you want, if he throws a great 8th inning, Chip, you can bring him back out for the 9th, save that rest of the pen, give him some time off. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Full count pitch. And rolled to third. Friendly hop. And the toss across in time. And that sends us to inning number 8.
Park. I'm a big Kenley Jansen fan. Number one, he's very honest. He sat last night after struggling to close out the game in the 9th with a 1-run lead, and he answered some tough questions. The one thing he said is that his confidence is not lost over the recent struggling. He's having a little trouble finding his cutter, the breaking ball, things going in this direction. He's down there in the bullpen, going to do some dry work today, tomorrow, working on the front shoulder, working on the hip, working on getting back on track. Braves will stay away from him today. He gets that off day, and then we'll see him in Oakland or San Fran, depending on the lead, guys.
Thank you, Bertie. Hopefully we won't need to use anyone in a closing assignment in this game. You got a 4-0 lead, and Colin McHugh, the next Braves pitcher.
Look, I think for Kenley, one thing he can draw on is he's gone through those struggles before in LA. Came back in the second half last year, was outstanding. So the big thing we talked about the last 4 or 5 times for me, it's all been location for him. Everything's running back over the plate, and he's got to find a way to hit spots like we're used to seeing from him.
There's a shot into right field. That's going to get down for Encarnacion. And the ball gets away from Rosario. And Encarnacion will take an extra base.
He had that. Wasn't like a bad bounce. He just Kind of hit his glove and then started to go everywhere.
So a single and an E9, and it brings up Joey Wendell. Look, the numbers for Kenley are what they are. Last 4 outings, 5 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 innings. He's better than that.
Yep.
And we were talking before the game, if you remember, around this time last year, as Wendell shoots one to left, a base hit, Encarnacion will gingerly make his way around third and score the first Miami run. Makes it a 4-1 game. But you recall last year, Will Smith had similar problems. Things worked out just fine for him in postseason play.
No, it didn't. Like I said, Jansen's done this a long time, so he can draw from that. With that being said, though, he's got to spend this time and where we're at now in September of being sharp.
So it's a 4-1 game, 1 on, 1 in, nobody out. Jacob Stallings the batter. Stallings is 0 for 2. He unloads on the first pitch and pops it up. Grissom goes out. Rosario calls him off. 1 away. That's the toughest part I've been told by closers about being a closer. Remember Joe Borowski?
Oh, yeah.
Joe was a terrific relief pitcher in his day. He said the most satisfying feeling in the world is coming in after a game knowing that you have finished off the hard work of your teammates over the previous 2 hours and 45 minutes or so.
So kind of like a field goal kicker. You know, you can play all game, and if you miss that one extra point or field goal, cost your team the game. Same thing with a closer.
That's right. There's no worse feeling, he said, than walking into a locker room when you just don't have it.
Yep.
And unlike a starting pitcher who can have one bad inning and can still win a game, if a closer has a bad inning, everybody notices it.
Oh, yeah.
So Peyton Burdick is the batter. J.J. Bleday has grabbed a bat. He would hit for Miguel Rojas. Barring a double play in the 8th inning, 4-1 game. Miami a run on 2 8th inning hits.
Chip, piggybacking what you guys are talking about, and I love the discussion. I closed in AAA, started in the big leagues, did some long relief work, kind of run the gamut. I don't know why, but those last 3 outs of the game are the toughest to get. And you hear it all the time, but to really get out there and experience that, something we need to talk about as well.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss by Burdick. McHugh has out number 2. So, Birdie, was that experience closing while you remained a starter?
I pulled a rib cage swinging the bat, and the next thing you know, I'm out of the pen and I'm closing. And, you know, it's exactly what you guys are talking about. You feel the weight of the world. The starters win, the teams win, and if you come in and give up what everybody worked for in 8 innings, it hurts. It doesn't feel good. So those last 3 outs, the other team's elevated because they know they're getting on the bus or the plane right after this if you do your job, and they're locked in. They're fighting with every pitch, and closing in the big leagues is just not easy.
J.J. Bleday is the batter, hitting 182. Number 1 pick by the Marlins. And he takes high. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, the beauty of the Braves bullpen and the way it's set up, you don't have just a one-man
for sure
closer.
You have options. Guys that have experience.
The name that pops him into mind immediately would be Raisel Iglesias, who since joining the Braves has given up 1 run in 12 2/3 innings.
He's been good. But a piggyback birdie, it's different pitching in the 9th inning than it is the 7th and 8th. There's no doubt about it. You know, a lot of analytical stuff as they try to get going. You know, some people could say, well, I can pitch him in the 7th, 8th. It doesn't matter. And you know, I believe majority of the time that has not worked out sometimes that way, because some guys can't handle that 9th inning, no matter what part of the lineup is coming up.
3 balls, no strikes for Blade. Don't want him getting on for the tying run. He is waiting on deck. Marlins touch up McHugh for a run in the 8th inning, his first run allowed in 9 games. And he's a strike away from ending this Miami inning. Wendell will take off with the pitch, and it skips up there. It's ball 4, and the Marlins will bring the tying run. And it's Charles LeBlanc who's 0 for 3 and 1 for 10 in the series.
See Dylan Lee start to throw down in that bullpen some. Figure with the day off tomorrow, you were trying in this 4-0 game to give your guys 2 extra days.
Kirby Yates is starting to play catch as well. Nothing in 1 for LeBlanc. And that's going to pop away. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet. That's a big play. A hit then might score a couple of runs.
Yeah.
It's a 4-1 game. A 2-out walk and now a wild pitch. It was close, but the hitter got the call. 2-1. Two and 2.
See, that was a good pitch. That was the front door right there for Colin McHugh. Now, to me, if you want to, you can throw that one, start it middle of the plate and have it go off, and you might get a swing and miss or a weak contact.
Riley right next to the line at third base as McHugh goes to work. Full count. Every manager and pitching coach will tell you there is no such thing as an easy big league game. The Marlins threatening here in the 8th. The 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. Colin McHugh with his second strikeout of the inning, and the Marlins settle for 1. 4-1 now. Atlanta leads. Home 8th coming up. Truist look ahead. We hit the road, partner. We go west. 3 big series starting Tuesday night with the Oakland Athletics. Tuesday evening, Wednesday afternoon. Our coverage begins Tuesday 9 Eastern on Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app. Braves baseball is presented by Truist. Andrew Nardi, a left-handed pitcher, is on for the Marlins. as the Braves look to get a run back here. Another change for Miami. Luke Williams has taken over at third base.
You can see those numbers has struggled in 5 games.
High pop fly down the left field line. Shift on, but Williams can't get there. And Olsen behind 0-2. Already a nice story. A 16th round pick.
Marlins got a lot of lefties down there in the pen.
Oh, 2 pitch. Sweeps way outside for the Braves first baseman, Matt Olson. 2 walks today. He scored a run.
This is where Matt, you come in, a lefty thinks, okay, I can get him to expand, but he does such a good job of not chasing.
2 more walks for Olsen today. Gives him 64 of them on the year. That far and away leads the Braves team. So he's very patient and very powerful. As we know, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And when he really gets cooking, Jeff, he's line to line.
Yeah.
Seeing, at least I think, a little more evidence of his willingness and ability to hit the ball to left right now.
Even some of the foul balls that we've seen, you can tell he's got an intent with that swing.
He'll see a 7th pitch. Looks like A.J. Minter is warming up in the Braves bullpen. Anderson, then Garrett Cooper, then Nick Fortes, the trio coming up for the Fish in the 9th inning. The Braves have a 4-1 lead.
But that's what he's done so far today. 2 walks.
And a picture perfect at bat from Matt Olson, who walks for the 3rd time on this Hyundai Sunday. It's a rainy Hyundai Sunday in Atlanta. The Marlins and Braves wrapping up the homestand here at Truist Park. And the Braves have a leadoff man aboard in front of Travis d'Arnaud, who singled and scored back in the 6th. Stallings thought that should have been a strike.
Yeah, he let him know. The hold the ball slow throwback lets the umpire know without knowing.
Is there ever a conversation with a hitter when the catcher's trying to politic and beg for calls like that?
Sometimes. I think it also depends who the hitter is, who the catcher is. Sometimes you turn around. I remember when John Lester used to pitch, he used to always, want that outside. I remember turning to the umpire one time, don't give in. Got to let him know.
1 ball, 1 strike. So the Braves catcher behind in the count. And off the netting foul. Marlins are without Jazz Chisholm. They're without Jorge Soler. They're without Avisail Garcia. 3 offensive players they were expecting big things of here in 2022. Disappointing seasons for Soler and Garcia in particular. Jazz Chisholm's been banged up. And that's the challenge for a team like the Marlins. They just don't have enough depth at the major league level to overcome 3 disappointing offensive seasons at the same time.
And their main source of power.
Right. That's why they've played so many 1-run games, 51 of them this year, and they've lost 30. That ball's in the dirt, and Olson's going to move up. See how that's scored.
Good job by Matt. Good dirt ball read.
It's a wild pitch. The reason I waited, Stallings has 227 straight games without a passed ball behind the plate.
Yeah, if that was a pass ball, that'd have been a tough pass ball.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And out of play foul as we've reached 6 o'clock Eastern time. If you're just joining us, first of all, hope you have a happy and safe extended weekend. This is a real good matchup. Fried and Lopez both pitched terrifically through 4 innings. The Braves had a 2-0 lead. Rains came in the 5th inning after a double play. We had an hour and 51-minute delay. And we've played on without incident since. The Braves adding 2 runs in the 6th. Miami got their lone run in the 8th. Max Fried is in line for his 13th victory. The Braves try to win their 5th in a row. And if you didn't hear, the Mets lost earlier today. Atlanta could be a game back at the end of today's play.
Yeah, 3 more outs.
Good at bat for d'Arnaud. Back-to-back walks. That's what drives a manager and pitching coach nuts. You're trying to come back and you issue walk after walk. Mel Stottlemyre will jog to the mound. 2 on, nobody out. Michael Harris the hitter. But first, a quick word from Truist.
Tim always offered the best advice.
Hit it nice and firm.
Today, Tim is a teammate at Truist, where you can get personalized insights right on the app.
Stottlemyre's, I'm sure, telling Nardi, look, don't lay one into this kid. Michael Harris can hit lefties, and he hits everybody late in the game. He's already extended his hitting streak to 12 games with 2 hits and an RBI today.
Especially lefty. Tanner Scott and the other one today. Sitting 397 with runners in scoring position this year.
For a rookie, a .276 batting average against left-handed pitching is real impressive. 49 RBIs for Michael. And 2 are aboard with nobody out here. Up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Here comes Olson around third. He will score without a throw. Money Mike has a 3-hit, 2 RBI game.
I just said 397 with runners in scoring position, and that right there will put him over the 400 clip. Showing at a young age, too, that he can hit lefties.
Well, partner, it wasn't so long ago that I said it won't be long until Michael Harris isn't hitting 8th or 9th.
Yep.
Now he's moved up to a run production spot, and he's done well today.
Which you like. He was able to hit second for a little bit when Ronald was out.
So Harris, a 50 RBI man for Atlanta. Vaughn Grissom up next. He's extended his batting streak to 4 straight games with 1 or more hits. He has a second inning double that he guided down the third base line. So 2 walks and a single, still nobody out. Braves country all smiles this afternoon. It's a 5-1 game. And the pitch. The runners lead and the 2-2.
Imagine they're going to get somebody up in a minute. 26 pitches for Nardi.
Strike 3. That was a good pitch. 1 out. Wasn't received well.
No.
But it looked like it clipped the inside corner. So Heredia will hit for the first time. 2 on and 1 out. Little pop toward first. And a last-minute snag by Cooper. Looked like he was ready to give up on that ball, but it died in the glove.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew where the edge was, but kind of threw that glove up at the end.
So Robbie Grossman will get a chance to swing the bat. He'll stay in the game defensively. Big moment for Grossman last night. He took ball 4 for the walk-off RBI for the Braves. They beat the Marlins 2-1. 3-0. Three walks in the inning. And Don Mattingly doesn't want to, but he has no choice as Nardi has thrown 33 pitches here in the 8th inning. He has walked 3. He will leave with the bases loaded, and Ronald Acuna Jr. is coming. Events 365 days a year, and this place is the perfect place to host your group's holiday party. There are 16 different venues throughout the park, and we have a space that is sure to wow your guests. Go to Braves.com/events and see the variety of options available. Chip and the Grinch, Jeff Francoeur with you from Truist Park. Atlanta's got the bases loaded against Cole Sulser, who gets to face Ronald Acuna Jr. Sulser gave up a couple of runs here a couple of days ago.
Nothing like coming in with the bases loaded and Ronald up.
Yeah. 0-1. Sulser and Tanner Scott in their bullpen both came from the Baltimore Orioles. Those trades were April the 3rd. Into center. That ball is down for a hit. 1 run scores. The throw way offline. That'll be an easy tally. Michael Harris comes in too. And Ronald Acuna Jr. adds on. It's Atlanta 7, Miami 1.
Yeah, when they walk that many guys, Chip, you got to make somebody pay. And Ronald did it right there. Kind of blew this thing wide open. Two-seamer ran in, stayed through it. Nice though.
So the Braves are on their way to pulling to within a game of the Mets. As Dansby Swanson, the hitter, the 8th man to come up in the inning. A 3-run Atlanta 8th. Walks to Olsen and d'Arnaud started the inning. Harris with a single up the middle after a 2-out walk to Grossman. Ronald Acuna Jr. with a 2-run hit off Cole Sulser. All these runs belong to Nardi, by the way. And a 3-1 count. We have a happy Braves Live post game to talk about. It appears the Braves on their way to a 3-game sweep of the Marlins. They'll go to 12-4 against Miami this year. And don't forget, the final 3 regular season games of the year will be in Miami. With the late start to the Major League Baseball season, the first series just popped on at the end of the schedule for Snit's squad. We've got the 3 big final home games against the Mets, then 3 in Miami. The final Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of regular season play. Runners go, another walk. Wow. And Austin Riley a chance to extend his hitting streak. He's the 9th man to come up in the inning.
Last time got to 3-2 and grounded out the third. See if he can bust open.
Squibb towards second, and that will retire the side. But a productive 8th for Atlanta. They send 9 to the plate, 3 more score, and it's 7-1 going to the 9th. Hard at work on our stage out in the Battery, Atlanta, getting you ready for Braves Live postgame presented by Xfinity.
Wow, they're locked in.
They are locked in. Well, maybe not. Robbie Grossman takes over in right field. And Kirby Yates is on to try to get the final 3 outs. Kirby will tell you, I'm sure it's still a work in progress. He's making his way back from missing 2 seasons with Tommy John surgery.
His last outing was sharp, though.
Yeah.
Saw him more in the zone.
It was a perfect inning against the Rockies on August the 30th. A clean 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout. The Braves need 3 outs to move to within a game of the Mets. The last time the Braves were a game or less behind New York was at the end of play on July 23rd. They were a half game back. The lead then ballooned back to 7 games after we dropped 4 out of 5 in New York. But slowly, methodically, surely, Jeff, here we are. With roughly a month of baseball left, we could be separated by a game.
I mean, think about it. They dropped those 4 out of 5 and then went to Boston. Had that back and forth game on Tuesday night and got the big win. Then they got the win Wednesday and then won, what, 4 games in Miami on the weekend. Came home, got 3 or 4 from the Mets. Really just kind of trickled down. They got going.
So since the start of July, if the Braves put this one in the win column, they'll go 22-10.
Wow.
That's after an 18-8 July and a 21-6 June. Anderson ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike, and that's ball 4 to start the 9th inning. Remember the, I want to say, huge team meeting that Brian Snitker had. But it was an important one out in Arizona when he talked about how the Braves were playing hard. They just weren't playing smart, which was uncharacteristic of this team out against the Diamondbacks after they dropped the first 2 of that series. Came back the next day behind Kyle Wright, beat Madison Bumgarner 6-0, and then rattled off 14 in a row. Right around that time, Michael Harris joined the club, solidified the outfield defense, started picking up his share of hits. Balls that were dropping became outs. And the Braves started to make their move. In 2 weeks, they shaved 6 games off the Mets' lead in that sizzling June. As Garrett Cooper's woes continue, he flies out and is 0 for 4 again today, 8 for his last 95. And he'll take that with the Marlins up to Philadelphia for their next series. And here's Fortes, 1 on, 1 out for the Marlins designated hitter. Braves got single runs in the third and the fourth. They picked up 2 runs in the sixth and just scored 3 runs in the 8th inning. They have 7 runs on 9 hits. For the Marlins, another day of 1 run and 3 hits. Fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. One break the Marlins will get when they face the Phillies. No Zach Wheeler. He's still dealing with some forearm issues. No timetable yet for his return. Phillies are out in San Fran and trailing in the early moments of that series out west. 1-1 pitch. There's a good split.
Yeah, and that's what he's going to rely on. Get that 4-seam fastball at 94, 95. And get that split with the same action, just 8 miles per hour less.
Another one. That ball's starting to really dart and dive a lot more consistently, Jeff. That's encouraging for Yates, who's got his second out of the 9th inning.
And these are the perfect times to get Kirby in the game. Trust me, we know coming aboard next year, he's going to pitch a lot of big innings.
Higher leverage.
Higher leverage for sure. But right now you want to build his confidence. And you can go to all the rehab you want down in AAA and do it, but it's not the same as pitching at this level against these type hitters.
Well, Gerard Encarnacion, the final hope for Miami. He's the only man to score in today's game for the Fish. Outside corner strike. When you think that splitter's coming, he still throws 94, 95 miles an hour.
Well, that's what he relies on, those 2 pitches. Can throw them at any time.
Now we're a strike away from a sweep.
Look at that. Everybody's loving it.
Ball game over. The Braves are a game behind the Mets. 7-1 is your final score. It's a 5-1 homestand and a 3-game sweep. Jeff?
Couldn't ask for anything better. You lose that first game of the homestand to the Rockies 3-2, and then win reel off 5 in a row. You're 1 game behind the Mets now, exactly where you want to be, headed out west. Important thing now, have a good flight, you have a good off day tomorrow, Chip. But just because the CA, you cannot take your foot off the pedal. You got to go out there ready to take care of business. But the way this team's playing, the way these guys are, I have a feeling it's going to be no issue for them.
Max Fried is the winner. He's 13-5. Pablo Lopez suffers the loss. His record drops to 8-9, and the Braves have won their 5th consecutive game and head west for a 3-city road trip. 7-1 is your final score. Thanks for staying with us through our long rain delay today. Atlanta sweeps the Marlins here at Truist Park. Our next action comes Tuesday night, 9 o'clock on Valley Sports South as the Braves and A's start a series. Kyle Wright will get things started. He's Major League Baseball's top winner with 17 so far on the year. We'll get you set for Tuesday. We'll wrap up Sunday with Braves Live presented by Xfinity. Kelly and Nick are coming up with that right after this.